Parentified children have a unique experience in that they never truly learn how to set healthy boundaries or how to take care of themselves or how to put themselves first or how to frankly be a little selfish as children should be. Google defines the parentification as a phenomenon where a child takes on parental roles and responsibilities, often due to parental incapacity or stress. This can involve providing physical care, emotional support, or managing household tasks, hindering the child's development and potentially leading to mental health issues. Oftentimes, what you see is during parentification, the child is taking all the roles and responsibilities that the adult should take on, such as grocery shopping and taking care of the younger children, and just a ton of other responsibilities that the child itself did not ask for. And what that can lead to throughout the years is obviously one, which is people pleasing. But another one that people don't tend to talk about a lot is issues with authority. And for me, it was unique in that I dealt with both, right? I was people pleasing in the home, making sure that my parents were always happy and satisfied with my behavior and my conduct, the results that I was putting forth as a child, as a parentified child. But outside of the home, I was struggling with issues with authority. I was struggling with authority in that at home, I'm an adult, right? At home, I'm cooking dinner. I'm going to the grocery store. I'm washing clothes. I'm helping out with sick children. I'm really showing up in an adultified way. So once I step outside of my home, who are you to tell me that I'm not grown? I'm grown at home. So in my everyday life, if I'm grown, then when I leave out of my home, I'm grown as well. And that caused a lot of issues for me in school because I could not submit to authority. I didn't understand why is it that in my house I have all these roles and responsibilities and I'm showing up in a great way. But when I leave my house, I have to listen to you. I have to submit to you. I have to follow your lead and your authority. That didn't compute to me. And so as an adult, parentified children, they still kind of linger on to that people pleasing. And what tends to happen is you can find yourself being resentful towards not just your parents, but resentful towards the children that you helped raise as well. And that can look like you not understanding why is it that your siblings can't show up for you the way that you've shown up for them all these years. And the reality of it is they don't know how. They have never been put in a position where they had to self-sacrifice in order to take care of the family, in order to take care of you or take care of the parents. And so there's this expectation that because you gave so much of yourself as a child and as a young adult, then it would automatically click to them that, hey, my sibling sacrificed this. And it's the reason I am where I am today is because of my siblings' support, that I should be able to reciprocate that. And that's not always the case. That's more than likely what'll happen is because that younger sibling had the autonomy to be selfish and to be self-centered, they cannot give to you the way that you've given to them. And so that can lead to a lot of bitterness and resentment. And so for me, what that looked like is realizing that my siblings don't have the capacity. They just don't have the capacity to pour into me the way that I poured into them or the way that I would expect them to, right? Because that's another issue. You have all of these expectations for people who are unable to fulfill them. And so now you're mad at the world. You're mad at your parents for putting you in this position. You're mad at your sisters and brothers because they're not showing up for you the way that you think that they should. Or if you don't have sisters and brothers, you're angry. You're angry with everyone that you come in contact with, really, because you have not dealt with the fact that all of this responsibility was put on you as a young child, and you have never been taught to set healthy boundaries. And that can lead to abuse in relationships. That can lead to miscommunications in friendships. That can lead to issues with authority in your employment, in your career. And so for me, it was very important that once I had my child, it was very important that I learned how to set healthy boundaries because I didn't want that bitterness and anger and resentment to then start pouring into my child. And so it was important for me that I learned how to start setting healthy boundaries. And that looked like learning to say no. learning to be unavailable, learning to keep my phone on do not disturb, learning to take a few days to return phone calls, learning to think before I immediately just jumped in to play the rescue game, making myself the last call on the list when someone is in need or in trouble, right? And sometimes the people who you have been there for, they can't receive that. They don't understand that. And so the message you may get is, oh, you're selfish. Oh, you're mean. Oh, you're negative. You're rude. You're nasty. You're not there for us. When you know that that's not the case, you're just learning how to set boundaries. And while you're still learning how to set healthy boundaries, that can come across as, I want nothing to do with you all. I'm done. I'm releasing myself from this family. And your family may have a negative reaction to that. Another thing, oftentimes with parentified children, is you see that they move away. They move, if they have the ability to do so, they will move across the country, out of the country, as far away from their family as possible, because they just don't want that responsibility. They don't want to be close to the burden that was put on them. And even if you move away, you still have to do the work. You still have to do the work to learn how to forgive those around you. Forgive the people who put that responsibility on you. Forgive yourself for maybe staying around longer than you needed to. Learn how to set those healthy boundaries. Learn how to become comfortable and no longer people pleasing. Learning how to submit to positions of authority. You still have to do the work, because what will happen is if you just move away and you think that that'll solve all of your problems, you'll start to bleed over everyone around you. You'll bleed all over your children and your relationships, your partnerships, your job, and your community. And everything that's close to you will reap the backlash of you not healing yourself. They will reap the results of what an unhealed parentified adult looks like, who didn't do the work, who thought that the solution was just to move away. And I know this from my own experience, because I moved away. I moved across the country. I don't want to have anything else to do with this family. I'm done. I just want to move on. But I found myself having to move near my family again because of my career. And I was triggered. I was triggered severely. And that clicked for me that, okay, you moved away, but you have not completed the work. You healed in isolation, but now you need to learn how to heal in community. You need to learn how to heal when you're still with your family. You need to learn how to heal when you're around those triggers, and learn how to deal with those triggers. And so I implore you that if you are a parentified adult, or an adult who's parentified, to take the time to really learn how to set healthy boundaries. Take the time to learn how to deal with your triggers so that they do not show up in other areas of your life.